The crowd went silent the moment the auction gate swung open. Even the dust in the Colorado air seemed to pause as the wild gray mare stepped into the ring. She wasn't just any Mustang. She was the horse people whispered about, the one ranchers warned their kids to stay away from. Her name was Fury, a title she had earned after sending 2 handlers to the hospital and kicking straight through a steel panel the week before. No one expected her to live through the auction. No one wanted her to. But one man didn't look away. Cole Maddox stood at the edge of the ring, his hat low and his jaw set, watching the mare with a strange calm in his eyes. He'd been a ranch hand his whole life and had seen mean horses, scared horses, and broken horses, but something about this one made his chest tighten. Fury wasn't wild. She was wounded, and she was fighting like she had nothing left to lose. The auctioneer cleared his throat. Now, folks, this here mare is dangerous. She's strong, unpredictable, and flat-out mean. Bidding will start at $50, but I gotta warn you, she's headed for euthanasia if nobody wants her. A few murmurs rippled through the bleachers. Most people had come for good stock, ranch horses, family horses, not a half-starved Mustang with fire in her eyes. Cole watched Fury pace the ring with a restless anger, her ribs showing beneath her coat, old scars tracking her sides like maps of every hardship she'd suffered. She pinned her ears when a handler stepped too close, lifting her front hoof with a clear warning. She wasn't fighting people, she was fighting memories. "Do I hear 50?" the auctioneer called. Silence answered him. Then a voice rose above the wind. 50. The crowd turned. Cole kept his gaze steady, hands resting loose at his sides. 60? The auctioneer tried. Nothing. Sold at $50 to Cole Maddox. The gavel dropped with a hollow thud. People whispered as Cole walked toward the mare. "He's out of his mind. That horse'll kill him. Guess he don't care if he lives or dies." Cole heard it all, but none of it mattered. Fury's ears flicked toward him, her breath coming fast, her muscles tight and ready to spring. She didn't trust anyone, and no one had ever given her a reason to. Cole stopped several feet away, lowering his voice. "Easy, girl. I ain't here to break you. Just here to give you a chance." The mare snorted sharply, but she didn't bolt. For a moment, something flickered in her eyes. Not softness, not trust, just curiosity. That was enough. 2 handlers shoved the lead rope toward Cole as if it were a rattlesnake. "Good luck," one muttered. "You'll need it." Cole took the rope slowly. Fury's whole body trembled. Not from fear, but from fury held deep in her bones. She'd been beaten, dragged, starved, pushed past her limits. Every scar told a story of someone who'd given up on her. But Cole wasn't walking away. He led her toward his old trailer, keeping his steps slow and steady. Fury fought at first, jerking her head, pawing the ground, trying to pull free. But Cole didn't yank, didn't yell, didn't force. He simply waited for her storm to pass. After 5 long minutes, she took one step, then another. By the time she climbed into the trailer, the sun was sinking low behind the mountains. Cole exhaled shakily. "Good girl. You did real good." The drive back to the ranch was quiet. Fury shifted nervously inside the trailer, her hoofbeats echoing like a heartbeat out of rhythm. Cole kept checking his mirrors, talking softly to her, even though she couldn't see him. "You're safe now. I promise." When they reached his small bunkhouse ranch outside Mesa Ridge, Cole opened the trailer door. Fury stepped out carefully, her ears high, taking in the open pasture, the quiet barns, the sound of wind moving gently through the grass. Her eyes changed. Just a little. Cole led her to a sturdy round pen, unclipped the rope, and stepped back. Fury spun, tail high, testing the fence, testing the man, testing everything that might hurt her again. But Cole didn't chase her, didn't crowd her. He just sat on the fence rail and let the mare breathe. The moon rose over the Colorado plains as Fury watched him with wary, confused focus. No one had ever given her space. No one had waited for her to choose. Cole leaned his arms on the rail. "We start fresh tomorrow. No rush." The wind carried his words across the pen. Fury flicked an ear toward him, then lowered her head for the first time all day. She didn't know it yet. But this was the beginning of something that would shake the whole valley. Something no one expected, something no one could stop. The sun rose slow and golden over Cole's ranch the next morning, lighting the round pen where Fury stood, watching the world with sharp, guarded eyes. She hadn't slept much. Every rustle of grass, every coyote howl in the distance had set her muscles trembling. A horse that had lived through fear learned to expect danger everywhere. Cole approached the pen with a bucket of grain in one hand and a soft rope halter in the other. He walked like a man carrying a secret, calm and steady. He didn't look at Fury directly. He didn't rush. He let the morning silence do the work. "Morning, girl," he said quietly as he set the bucket down near the fence. "Figured you might be hungry." Fury snorted and backed away, her tail swishing with irritation. Cole didn't move closer. He sat on the rail and waited. Patience was his strongest tool, one learned from years working with animals who trusted no one. After a few minutes, Fury took one hesitant step toward the bucket. Then, another. She kept her eyes fixed on Cole, daring him to break the truce. But he stayed still, letting her choose. When she finally dipped her head to eat, Cole felt something shift inside his chest. It wasn't trust. Not yet. But it was the start. Over the next few days, they built a quiet rhythm. Cole spent hours sitting inside the pen, reading an old book or carving bits of wood just to share space with her. Fury watched him like a hawk, unsure what to make of a man who never yelled, never grabbed, never punished. By the end of the week, she allowed him to stand within a few feet. By the end of the second, she let him brush the dirt from her coat while her body trembled from memories she couldn't shake. Cole spoke softly the whole time, telling her about the weather, the ranch chores, the way the other horses were settling in for winter. Everything changed when he discovered the truth about her past. One evening, as he brushed her shoulder, the light caught a raw scar hidden beneath old hair. Cole froze. The mark wasn't from wild living. It wasn't accidental. It was a brand. Not a ranch brand. A punishment brand. A cruel one used by horse trainers who broke Mustangs for cheap rodeo pay. Someone had hurt her on purpose. Someone had wanted to break her spirit clean in half. Cole's jaw clenched hard enough to ache. "You didn't stand a chance, did you?" Fury lifted her head at the tone. She knew that kind of anger. But this anger wasn't aimed at her. Cole stepped back slowly, forcing the frustration down. "You're safe now. I swear it." But he wasn't sure that promise would be easy to keep. Trouble found him 3 days later. He was repairing the south fence line when a black truck rolled up the dirt road, kicking dust into the air. 2 men stepped out, both wearing slick boots and expensive jackets that didn't belong in ranch country. The taller one, a man with sunken eyes and a sharp smile, walked straight toward Cole. "You, Maddox?" he asked. Cole nodded once. "What can I do for you?" "We're looking for a Mustang. Gray mare. Real mean. Guy at the auction said you bought her." Cole wiped his hands on his jeans. "She's not for sale." The man's smile stretched wider. "Everything's for sale, especially a horse like her. She's caused us a whole lot of money and trouble." Cole felt a cold weight settle in his stomach. "You the one who trained her before she got rounded up?" The man didn't bother to hide his smirk. "Tried to. Horse didn't break right. Some animals don't learn unless you teach them hard." Cole stepped closer, shoulders squared. "You mistreated her." "She's just an animal," the man said. "But she belongs to us, and we're here to get her back." Cole didn't flinch. "She's not going anywhere." The man's expression hardened. "You made a mistake, Cowboy." Quote. The men climbed back into their truck, gravel spraying, as they sped off the property. Cole watched them go, Fury's dark shape visible in the pen across the field. Her head was high, ears pinned forward, as if she knew danger had followed her to this place. The ranch wasn't safe anymore. But Cole wasn't letting anyone take her. That night, he walked to the pen under the pale moonlight. Fury stepped toward him, something protective and fierce in her gaze. Cole rested a hand on the fence. "You've run before, haven't you? You've had to fight for everything. But you're not alone this time. Not ever again. Fury breathed out slow, her warm breath brushing his sleeve. For the first time since he'd bought her, she chose to stand at his side without fear. Cole looked toward the mountains where danger was gathering. We're going to get through this, girl. Whatever comes next, we face it together. He didn't know how true those words would become, because the men who wanted Fury weren't finished. And the secret hidden in her scars was bigger than anything Cole ever imagined. The trouble came at dawn. Cole woke to the sound of hoofbeats thundering across the ground, followed by Fury's sharp warning scream. He jumped out of bed, grabbed his boots, and ran outside. The pale morning light revealed what he feared most. 3 trucks were parked near the barn, engines running, doors open. The same men from earlier were cutting through his fences, moving with the confidence of people who believed no one could stop them. Fury stood in the round pen, pacing tight circles, ears pinned flat. She knew the danger was meant for her. Cole sprinted toward the barn, but 2 men stepped in front of him, blocking his path. The tall one with the sharp smile didn't even try to hide his satisfaction. "Told you we were coming," he said. "Move aside. This mare belongs to us." Cole shook his head. "She doesn't belong to you." "She never did." The man stepped closer. "You got no idea what she's worth. That mare isn't just a Mustang. She's part of a breeding program we ran for rodeo stock. Strongest one we ever caught. Government came sniffing around, said we pushed the horses too hard, we had to dump everything quick. But that mare? She's the last of the line. We're not leaving without her." Cole felt his breath catch. Fury wasn't just abused. She was part of something darker, something built on pain and force. "You're not taking her," Cole said firmly. The man's smile dropped. "You can't stop us." At that moment, Fury reared in the pen, crashing her hooves against the gate. Her eyes burned with a wild fire that made every man step back. She wasn't just scared. She was defending him. Cole used their hesitation to slip past, unlatching the pen door just enough to step inside. Fury circled him once, her breath sharp and fast, then stopped beside him. For the first time, she pressed her forehead lightly against his shoulder. Cole swallowed hard. She wasn't asking for help. She was choosing him. Outside, the men regrouped. "Last chance, Maddox," the leader shouted. "Walk away." Cole rested a hand on Fury's neck. "We're running," he whispered, and she understood. He slipped on her rope halter, not forcing it, letting her lower her head willingly. The truss between them was shaking but solid enough to carry them through what came next. Cole swung onto her back, bareback, gripping gently with his legs. Fury lifted her head, ears forward, muscles coiled like a drawn bow. "Go!" Cole breathed. Fury exploded into motion. She shot through the open gate like lightning, her hooves tearing across the pasture. Shouts rose behind them. The men raced to their trucks, but Fury already had a full lead. Cole leaned low over her neck as she sprinted toward the open land behind the ranch. They reached the rocky ridge just as the trucks roared after them. Tires spun, engines growled, and men yelled orders through open windows. But Fury was born for this terrain. Her hooves found grip on narrow ledges and shifting stone. She wove through the broken hills with the speed of a creature who had outrun danger all her life. Cole trusted her completely. They reached a narrow canyon where the trail narrowed into a twisting pass. The trucks couldn't follow. The men abandoned their vehicles and took off on foot, scrambling after them. Fury climbed higher, her breath steady, her stride powerful. The canyon funneled into an open flat overlooking the valley. Cole could see town in the distance and a patrol truck making its way up the road. "We just have to make it to Harding," Cole whispered, but the men were closing in. One pulled out a rope, ready to throw. Cole turned Fury sharply, and the loop missed by inches. "Come on, girl," he urged, feeling her muscles tense beneath him. Fury lunged forward, gathering her strength for one last sprint down the slope. The men tripped and stumbled behind them, unable to keep pace with the mare's power. As they reached the base of the hill, Police Chief Harding skidded his truck to a stop. Officers jumped out, weapons drawn. "Cole, get clear!" Harding called. Fury slid to a halt beside the truck, blowing hard, her sides trembling. Cole slid off her back and held her steady as the officers surrounded the men who had chased them. Within minutes, The men were handcuffed and yelling protests that no one believed. "You saved more than a horse today," Harding told Cole. "You exposed a whole illegal operation." Cole nodded but didn't look away from Fury. She was shaking, not from fear, but from release. She had fought her past and won. Back at the ranch later that evening, Cole stood beside her in the quiet pen. The sky burned orange as the sun dipped behind the mountains. "You're home now," he told her softly. Fury stepped toward him and lowered her head into his chest, her breath warm against his shirt. She wasn't the most hated horse anymore. She was the bravest. And she had chosen her person. The ranchers in town would talk for years about how Fury went from feared Mustang to the most loyal horse in the valley. Kids would visit just to see her, and Cole would smile every time she let them touch her without fear. But the bond between Cole and Fury, that belonged only to them. A broken mare and a worn-down ranch hand who proved that sometimes the most dangerous hearts become the most loyal when someone finally sees their worth.